What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream where we're back in our gas course project, an action RPG built from scratch using the gameplay ability system plugins, C++, blueprints, and all that good stuff from Unreal Engine. So today, I'm going to be continuing my research on the View Model plugin to try to set up our player health UI, and if we can do it, maybe move it over to our NPC health UI. Off stream, I was playing around a little bit with this plugin, trying to see what I can get, and from what I remembered, I was able to get something to work, but now it doesn't work anymore. So we're going to work on this and debug it, see if we can get it to work, and then also try to make sure it works in multiplayer. So, by default, we have this ugly bar on the bottom that represents our health. And, when I press enter, I want to be able to, remove health and have that reflected on the health bar, for example. So we're going to try to see what's up. So we'll get rid of that print string. So for the most part, what I would need to make sure is that this construction thing is working. So let me just put a breakpoint, make sure it's there, and we do get there, which is great, right? But I think I'm missing in my health. Is there window, view models? So I have my view model here. So current health, get health percentage and stuff like that. But yeah, everything is manual. I think I want to do global. Get setter function and not optional. View model does not have a valid global identifier. You can specify in the view models panel. Oh yeah, so the global view model identifier, I believe, is what needs to be written here, which is also the name of the asset. I don't know if that's going to be important or not. That should fix that problem. Yes, it does. So let's see if we can get, because the bar should match the percentage, so it should be 1 by default, which it's not. So I can't remember exactly what needs to happen. So let's add a breakpoint here. Well, first let's get here. All right, so we get here. Health normalized is 1. So that's good. So let's look at our stats. Maybe things aren't notifying what it needs to. So health normalized stat, yes, I want to do that. Current health should also modify that. So can I print this and get values? So I get 0, which is interesting. So let's look at all these values. So if I hit enter, I get this. Current health is 90, right? So let's just confirm that I'm getting appropriate values here. So I'm not sure as to why, because yeah, current health, it says 0, max health, 0. Still the same values. Now if I hit enter, I get 90, and I still get 0 for max health. So that's probably why. So why is my max health not valid? Did I mess up potentially? So character, player, ability system, ability sets, character base. Now attribute sets, I do give health attribute, and I do have an attribute health emitter. So I set current health and max health both to 100. which is interesting. That should be right. So the player character elf is where I want to be. So I'm curious as to what, oops. So current health is 100. That's also 100. And that's calling update health normalized stat, which is there. And that should call this. So I'm not sure as to why max health is always 0. That all seems well and good. Because here I'm adding the view model on test. So that happens on create HUD, for example. Maybe I don't want to delay. No. So that's all kinds of messed up. Let me print out max health. Does this ever get updated correctly? No, it's always 0. So I believe the problem is we're not initializing that to anything. So we have this stuff. I believe this is what needs to be up here. So let's nuke that. This should fix our problem, I think. Yes. Then I press enter and I lose health, blah, blah, blah. So I want to be able to register this in a better way, I guess. Because like if I do this on client, I think it doesn't work. Like nothing gets registered quick enough. And so max health is 0. So I gotta figure out the best place to handle that, I suppose. But I also am concerned about, because when I recompiled this project and everything, it was giving me errors on blueprints and stuff, and then things weren't set up the way it was supposed to be doing. Hey, Oak the Wise, how you doing? Everything's good here. Just working with what is this plugin called? I'm always forgetting it. The View Model plugin. So the UMG View Model, trying to see if we can get it to work. For right now, for our health and gas. Gas is the other plugin. But right now we're working primarily with the View Model plugin for our UI. So yeah, here's our problem. The property associated with MVV player stat. So basically this has a compile problem every single time that I close the project and open it up, which I'm not sure as to why I understand what's going on. Because like the view model disappears, like it doesn't get registered or something. So we're gonna have to see why. Now this is pre-default, so let's maybe make all these things pre-default, and we kind of hope for the best. I don't like the fact that I have to change. I've had to change multiple plugins. I had to change multiple plugins loading phase. So I'm not sure how good or bad that is. Okay, so we succeeded with some warnings, could not copy stuff. So we'll register again that view binding. We'll close out of the editor, recompile. Okay, so this is not good. Okay, so that crashes. So this is, I get, all right, let's do whatever ones are labeled as like uncooked and stuff can be back to default. And we'll keep the other ones to, and the editors that ones are pre-default. Let's see if that causes any problems. But yeah, this stuff's tricky. Never really understand. Unless it's like, you know, an ordering thing. But like, yeah, gameplay stuff is first anyway. So I'm not 100% sure why that's a problem. So let's see if this also crashes. I haven't done too much with the gameplay ability system. It's on my list of things to learn now. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good plugin. Some people have problems with it. You know, it is complicated and it does require C++ and all that stuff. But you know, once you get a hang of it, it's not too bad. All right, let's put these all back to default. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. Because if I put this also to default, I just get a bunch of other problems as well. So I'm never really sure how this will work. So instead of working with the plugin today, we're gonna be messing with actually loading things incorrectly. So I'll show you what I mean. This should probably also crash, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look up UE5 plugin loading phases. What's the best place? So common UI is loading phases break assets. That's an interesting, we're not using common UI, but we're using something kind of like it. So maybe there's something similar here. Yeah, see, this is the problem here that I was getting earlier. And that's what made me make it pre-default to begin with. So let's see. Even though common UI plugins clearly installed, the cost of input action, blah, blah, blah. Are things just loading in the wrong order? I'm assuming that's the case. I just don't know where to change the order. So yeah, there's saying changing it to pre-default fixes everything. However, I played around a bit, blah, blah, blah. I've noticed that having came out, blah, blah, blah. So loading phase breaks the action tag here. Pre-default works. Let's see, UE5 plugin load order. Let's see, plugin order. Let's see. So when I develop two plugins, the name plugins and plugin B, blah, blah, blah. Maybe let's try pre-default, and then in my U project, do I also need to include it here? So like model view model. Let's see what happens. So we'll let it regenerate and we'll hope for the best. Let's see. Because my concern will be that model view model is dependencies. And it's going to throw an error. Okay. So far, not so bad. Okay, so far no crashes. So now the true test is to put back that view model reference. So in our health here, view model, player stats, select, view bindings, add binding, progress health bar, percent, select, auto, no, probably immediate. And then we got here, get health percent, select. That should be in theory all we need to do. And if we hit compile, it might also not work. This needs to be set to global again, rate setter. And then we need this thing again. And that should be okay. Let's see. So it doesn't work for clients yet. Let's just double check on server. Make sure we're back to square one. Yes, we're here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Let's exit. And try to compile again. Let's keep an eye out on the log. Let's hope we don't see that same warning that we saw earlier. I think it's gonna be under here if it's gonna be under anywhere. Just made you say under, yeah, still here. So basically we're starting here. Now, yeah, the view model stuff is gone again. What could be the problem, I wonder? Okay, let's see, UE5, UMG View Model, plugin, load, phase. See if anyone has any information. Nope. Not what I was looking for. Did you just lose some data after restarting? If so, try not clicking the restore option. I found that it could set you back. Not here. I didn't click any restore option. I just closed the editor, recompiled, and that was it. There was no like restore pop-up or anything like that. Maybe okay, let's add the view model again. You did in the right-hand corner talking about 4 windows. So you're talking about restoring these tabs. I think that's irrelevant because before the editor was even open, we were getting this error in the log saying there was the property not being associated. So, excuse me, restoring the editor windows has nothing to do with that. So okay, let's add again the binding. All right, third time's the charm, or what X amount time is the charm? I want to try going in our project, doing let's close out of the project. Let's do binaries. Okay, hold on. So Unreal Engine, here's the Unreal 5.4, gas course. Let's remove binaries, saved, and intermediate, I guess. Options, generate Visual Studio project files. Let's just do a full rebuild just to make sure we're not going crazy. Let's open up our solution. Do I have another window open? No. While it's loading, is there any other information out here? How to bind and bind, blah, blah, blah. Error and generate a blueprint. Maybe this guy. Hey, is this Steven's course? So I guess my stream is very misleading with my title. I'm not following a course. I'm creating a project that I would eventually want to turn into a course. So this is just me making a project from scratch. And the current progress, there's not like progress, like I don't have a course available, but I have a blog talking about some of the stuff, so you can check it out there. Right now we're running into some issues with plugins. For some reason, it seems like there is some sort of race in the plugins, where like the view model plugin is not being registered correctly. So that's what we're dealing with right now. So I'm hoping like a full, removing the saved and intermediate and caches and everything like that and generating the project files again will do anything different. Maybe not. Well, welcome to the road, Prof. Clank. It's a fun road of game dev. So hopefully you found the right place. Hopefully you'll be able to pick up on anything. I try to answer questions on stream. It's kind of hard because I'm trying to focus on one thing and the other, and depending on the question, I may or may not be able to answer it. There is some examples though. Double D's view model plugin is Unreal 5 implementation, blah, blah, blah. So let's see how their plugin stuff is written as. So editor, post engine edit, uncooked only, this stuff. Okay, not much information there. All right, so we're gonna keep an eye out here. Yeah, we still get the same problem. So verify failed to find script package for import object package model view model blueprint. And that looks familiar, which is this one. So for whatever reason, this would making this pre-default as well do anything? There's never really a lot of information on where this should be going. So I'm 6 years FE developer in spare time learning UE5 via Steven's course, looking to make a clone of Vermintide to Rock Galactic. Nice. In my experience, it's best to learn by doing. So as long as you can work on something on the road, it should be as good as a place on any. I'm currently building up a notion of all the bits and bobs needed to make the dream. Building Pinterest for art styles and figuring out what to outsource is I can't art at all, but I can dev. Yeah, I can't art for shit. Okay, so setting this thing to pre-default is not good. I mean, is there any examples? Let me go on. I just want to see Tranek's example. If you're not familiar with Tranek, he has a good source of documentation for the game playability system. I'll link it just in case. So let's look at his U project. So UMG, is it the fact that I don't have UMG? So maybe it's the fact also like this stuff is here. I don't want to break my stuff honestly, but because I'm guessing like so gameplay abilities is there on his additional dependencies, but this view model stuff isn't. And I doubt he has like a plugin folder. No. So we might, I don't want to be fucking around with plugin stuff all day, you know, but this is what we have to deal with. Well, I appreciate the follow there, Prof Clank. Much appreciated. So let's take that out. Generate some of this stuff here. But I wonder, can I get like, yeah, I might have to just like, this is the important info here, verify import stuff. Okay, so MVVM plugin error on startup. This looks promising. Okay. My solution does not work. It only works because I remove the gear mode. So people are changing it to soft paths. But that's not good, right? I don't think that's the answer I need to go for. So do I get the same error? I think I do. I saw red. Yeah. So wait, project settings. No, let's go to file. No. Plugins. View model. So this one's for Slate. Don't care about that, I don't think. You just want the UMG view model, which is there. I mean, do people have similar issues in terms of the problem? That doesn't help. So plugin interface disappears on editor. Restart, that sounds something like what we're dealing with. So change the module loading phase to pre-loading screen. Interesting. So preloading screen's not really a thing anymore. Change the type to a runtime. What other options are there? Oh God. Oh, yeah, runtime, pre-default. It's so weird that these things aren't set in certain ways. So like, do I have to make this also runtime and pre-default? Or is it like editor? I don't know. The struggle is real. See the no. So I'm interested in what people do for art assets when modeling isn't their strong suit outside of just marketplace assets. Well, I personally use marketplace assets. There's a lot of the stuff inside of the Quixel bridge, I think it's called. You can get a lot of those realistic assets and stuff like that. So it depends on the type of game, I guess, which will dictate your accessibility of options for things to get. Yeah, this is nope. So this was default, and this was pre or uncooked only. Yeah. I'll make this one also default for second. Not include that. You could try Magical Voxel if you want to go with that art style. Nice. I might have to ask on Unreal Slackers how to handle this issue. Like there's a plugin directory. Not directory, a plugin channel. It's not building. Let's build. Okay. Sorry, we gotta reopen Discord. How to update it. So Unreal Slackers, plugin dev. Like I feel like there has to be documentation about like plugin order phases and stuff like that. So UE5 plugin phases. Delegates, modules, and plugins, creating a plugin. There's this e-loading phase thing, but that's just random. So I'm assuming with this thing that's loading right now, it's going to crash. That's what it was happening before. Yeah, there's a bunch of crap that it's not loading. And yeah, we got a crash. So game plugin shared loading phases problem. This seems promising to what our problem is. So I created a new project to create some custom animation nodes. For these animation nodes to work, the editor module loading phase needs to be pre-default. No worries there. Later, I added a marketplace plugin that adds its own custom animation node and thus also needs set loading phase to be pre-default. Both work in editor, but upon restarting, the engine fails runtime. Okay, so what does it do? If I load the plugins before the game module, the problem is solved. Okay, this is of course the problems that we have, there's no answer to. Personally, I just like the style of Rider. There's no real kind of rhyme or reason to it. Maybe we could try a preloading screen, like what was recommended. So yeah, between Rider and Visual Studio, it's really just, I guess, a personal preference. If you haven't used either one, I would go with Rider. Personally, I like Rider. But that's as much as I could say. Okay, so still another thread that doesn't have an answer to it. Try this one. Yeah, let's see what the damage is. Yeah, still the same problem, I think. No, it opened. Oh yeah, I think we still got. So yeah, if we open up our player stats, no, player of health, I think, right? This. You probably will get, yeah, compile error as we would expect. So that just doesn't get hit fast enough. Let's see if that makes a difference. So we saw this one, common UIs thing breaks assets. Yeah, it's saying like, so loading phase of all modules to pre-default in common UI plugin. But when I tried doing that, all my stuff like shit its pants. Because there's also, so there's gas course project, there is also like the editor.build things, which does, like, is that the problem, like this order of something? So yeah, crash. So this needs to go back on default. Like gas course editor, do I need to include like do I have to do that order? And then build.cs, there's all this stuff. So UMG is here, targeting systems here. Do I have to add it here, maybe? Is there a view model one? View model? Like at this point, I'm trying 1,000 things. Let's see what happens. Yeah, apologies for the, I guess, uneventful stream. Wasn't expecting this to happen, but I guess you guys can see the struggle when adding plugins, I suppose. It's a good lesson to learn. So let's see what happens. I'm not sure if it needs to be under the private dependency module names or if it needs to be under public dependency module names. I'm assuming this order may matter. We'll just kind of have to see. So it succeeded with warnings. Yeah, still the same problem. No worries about the stream. I'm just enjoy having you in the background while I work on my own thing. Yeah, well, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here in the background. Okay, so also failed. So let's try maybe somewhere here. UE5 build.cs dependency order. There is information here. Of course, no information. I just spent a fair time providing DL, could not found startup errors after a secondary module project, which was added as static dependency in the primary modules, blah, blah, blah. In the end, I discovered that this could be solved in the project file by either setting the secondary module loading phase to pre-default or putting it before the primary module in the modules list. Okay. Let's see if we're able to compile. Because maybe loading it here is better. Let's see. So quick question, I created a new project, simple UMG UI, child classes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no real information in there. Module compilation order. Yeah, still the same problem. Yeah, again, an unanswered post. I'm currently trying to get into Unreal. It's been quite some time, blah, blah, blah. We have a simple 5.3 training project. So while this would be a workaround I could personally live with, it doesn't work with a single blah, blah, blah. No. What else could we try here? I think it's MVV. Yeah. So let's compile that again. But yeah, what is the order that I need to do things in? It's the build editor stuff, has all that stuff. I mean, for the sake, like, is it okay for it to exist like here? We'll give that a go and just see what's up. Setting up a module, blah, blah, blah. I mean, do I also need to care about them? Like, because I think it's the model view model, the model view model blueprint thing. I feel like that's giving me problems, but I don't understand where the best place is for it. Build target demystified. Hold on. I can't tell if that was the problem. Hold on. Did that work? I don't think it worked, but no. So what? I mean, we're gonna have to probably have to figure this out through Unreal Slackers, because I don't know what the problem could be. This is pre-default. That's from my understanding. It should be okay. Model view model. I mean, just for the sake of trying it, we could do model view model blueprint. I don't understand why that, if that were to work, why that would. Because yeah, I want to, so let's type this in. So model view model. I guess this is how we learn. So that's the slate one, that's this one. Here's the .build.cs in it. So it already includes all this crap in it. So builds exceeded with warnings, could not copy, whatever. Yeah, still a problem. I mean, this time it's kind of a different error, not error. Now let's try one more time, right? So what is it? MVV, just to make sure we're not crazy. Let's try one more time. And if this doesn't work, then we might have to just kind of cut the stream short, and I'll have to just kind of talk in the Unreal Slackers and just see what happens, honestly. Hopefully we can get this figured out, because it would be nice to just kind of work with, you know, the view model as we intend. Because I'd like to start getting back into gameplay scripting and everything like that at some point, but yeah, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, because we still have a lot to do. Like, I want to get strafing going. I want to have better animations going. I want, you know, actually doing stuff, you know. We have some fun stuff, but we can't really get to it. So I want to focus on UI stuff for a little bit. But we can't. So I guess that's where I'm gonna end it today, guys. Sorry again for that. I'll try again later this week or next week. If I find a solution, I'll post about it in my Discord. I believe my Slack bot should be active. If I can try to log in real quick just to be sure, and I can link people to my Discord if you're interested in talking there. Let's see. Yes, so I should be able to say that. Yes. So if you're interested, go ahead and join that Discord. But that's where I'm going to end it for tonight. Just a relatively short stream. So thanks for the follow here, Prof. Clank. I appreciate it. Oak the Wise as well. Thanks for chatting for a little bit. Feel free to join the Discord. And if anyone else is watching and you haven't followed me here on Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated. Until then, I'll see you later. Have a good night.